Are you in the market for a new cold planer? Well, we've got a real treat for you. I'm here with my friend Chris, subject matter expert on these machines, and he's going to take us through all the new features and benefits of the PM620. Ready to go, mate?
Sure am, let's do it.
Let's go. So Chris, what makes the PM620 such a productive machine on the job site?
Well, Dean, for me it's the optimised power to weight ratio, I think. The weight is a very important part of milling, and this machine's 33 tonne. That's important because it keeps the machine in the cut. You've got that weight over the cutter drum. The next thing is you've got to be able to push that machine through the cut. So, 630 horsepower, the ever reliable Cat C18 engine. We've got plenty of power there to do that. And then lastly, it's the traction. What good is it having all of that productivity if you can't put it to the ground? So, tried and trusted Caterpillar D3 style undercarriage. It's ideal for getting that traction to the ground. We've also got two independent propel pumps which work in a cross flow way. So basically this front track and the right rear track, and then the other way around. So that really helps to optimise our traction in soft underfoot conditions.
So Chris, some people say the 620 lacks technology. What are your thoughts around this?
Oh, that's interesting, Dean. How about I run you through a few of those items and see if I can't change your mind. So firstly, let's talk about the cat grade and slope system. It's got an integrated two-dimensional cat grade and slope system that comes with the machine, very intuitive, easy to use. It's also got all the components on it, all the wiring harnesses, etc., to be able to upgrade that system to full 3D. So that's some pretty cool technology if you're into the 3D milling. The other thing to talk about on this machine is the smart cylinders we've got here. So this smart cylinder here is, rather than just having a solid tie rod here that's keeping the tracks in parallel, we run this smart cylinder here. It's an in-position sensing cylinder that enables us to be able to turn the inside track, because of course the inside track when you're turning runs on a much tighter radius than the outside track, and what has happened with a lot of mills is that it tends to drag the rear track and sort of skip along a bit. But with this, what we call true track system, we're using this cool technology here to be able to really make it a smooth turn. And also, the benefit is that it increases the longevity of the tracks. We've also got smart cylinders for our side plates, so that's imperative for us in how we integrate into using our grade system. The other cool technology that we've got, which a lot of feedback I get from customers, is the pause return feature. So when you're milling along and you've filled up your truck, the pause resume feature, you hit the pause button. It's a pause button like you'd see on your phone or on a DVD player. Hit that one button and the conveyor stops, the water stops, the machine stops, it returns to idle, and the operator doesn't have to think about anything else. He just hits the one button and it stops. And I think that's some pretty cool technology that just makes the operator's job a lot easier in getting his job done.
So I hear the PM620's got a new cutter drum.
Sure does, Dean. It's got the new K-style rotor. Why don't we take a look?
Okay.
Okay, Dean, so here we have our K-style rotor. Comprises of three parts here. You've got your weld-on block, you've got your holder, and you've got your tooth. We've also got these kicker paddles here. Really robust rotor. Since 2017 we've had these in the field in Australia. Really good feedback from customers so far.
Okay, so how does that stand out against our competitors?
Probably the main thing is in the holder. Unlike some of our competitors, we don't have any retention screws, bolts, pins or anything holding that in. It's our taper design and our friction ring that keep that holder within the block. And the more impacts it has, the tighter it gets within that. The other thing is it's also got this anti-rotation design, so that will never spin within the holder.
So Chris, as you know, dust is a real problem on the job site. So what's Cat done to address this?
Well, Dean, we've got our water system here. So we've got a heap of water for the rotor housing, for our primary conveyor. It's all controlled from this panel here. So that's the first step. The next thing is we've got our ventilation fan up on the back of the conveyor up there. So that's taking dust out of our cutter housing, and it's taking the dust out of our primary conveyor out of two locations and putting it out onto the secondary conveyor. And then the last thing here, which is just a neat feature to point out, is that we can actually control our conveyor here from the ground. That just helps the operator up top. If they can't see out one side or they've forgotten to put the conveyor on or something, we can just help out from down here.
What's Cat done to improve safety?
Well, Dean, we've made some improvements to the visibility up on the platform at the top. We've made lighting improvements by adding perimeter lighting, but we've also got a lot of LED lights you can put all around the machine. We've got remote cameras, up to 4 cameras that we can have on the machine, set up wherever it suits the operator the best. We've got the dust suppression, we've got flashing lights all around the machines, we've got e-stops in every corner of the machine, and we've also got the ground control of the conveyor.
Service is such an important consideration when buying any new piece of equipment. What's CAT done to make it simple?
How about I show you?
Okay.
So I use this toggle down here, easily can lift up my engine hood, got an access panel here, and as you'll see, great access to the engine and to all of your daily checks. I can step in here if I need to, fantastic access.
So what additional tools has CAT added to the PM620 to make the operator's life a lot easier?
Well, let's start with the storage at the back of the machine here. You'll see here there's a good spot to store some of those tools. But one I've got here, this is our cutter teeth removal tool. Runs conveniently off our air compressor. As well as that, we've got the rotor turning device pendant. We've got the high pressure washdown system. We've got a water and fuel tank refill pump. And we've got a handy shovel carrier that came from a lot of operator feedback.
Thanks for coming out today and showing us around the PM620. I really appreciate that. And if you're interested in increasing your productivity on your job site, contact your local Caterpillar dealer.